Hey guys, guy in a wheelchair here. You know what? Something that really makes me mad is the morality argument that Christians like to use. And it's not even so much the argument itself. I mean, sure, the argument's been refuted time and time again. It's old, it's tired, it's boring. That's fine. But what really makes me mad about it is the arrogance with which it's presented. Like, Christians think that this is some kind of knockout blow, like it's the argument to end all arguments. Anyone arguing with a Christian about morality, feel free to send them to this video. Number 1. How can you claim to base your morality on something that is so clearly immoral? How can you claim that God is the basis for your morality when God clearly displays in the Bible time and time again that He does not have any? God does not show morality. God is arguably one of the most immoral human creations ever. I mean, I'll just give you an example. God tells Moses and his men, "Go forth and slay the Midianites. Kill all the men, women, children, and animals, but keep all the women that have not known men for yourself." So, if that's your argument, then that's the basis for your morality right there. A guy who endorses rape. And now at this point, most Christians will say something like, "Well, you don't understand," or "You're misinterpreting," or "That's not what he meant," or "He's God, he can do whatever he wants," or my favorite, "Well, you have to understand the context of the time," and no. Fuck you. Fuck you. If that's what you think, then fuck you. Okay? If you think that there was ever a time in human history when rape, which is, in my opinion, one of the most horrible atrocities anyone could commit, was okay, then you need to die. Just die. Because you're not doing humanity any favors. Rape is wrong now, it'll be wrong in the future, and it was wrong in the past. Anyone who tries to make excuses to make biblical rape okay needs to die. How can you possibly make an excuse to justify rape? I mean, just for a second, as difficult as it may be, try to put yourself in the victim's shoes and try to just imagine a tenth of the horror and sadness and terrifiedness, which isn't a word, that they must feel during that time. Just, I'll give you a second. Just do that for me. Okay, well, I hope you got a decent visualization. That is what you are justifying. That is what you are arguing for, you horrible, sick fuck. Okay? Now, moving on. You have those Christians that'll say, "Well, if God didn't give us the 10 Commandments, how do we know it's wrong?" Do you realize what a bad person that argument makes you look like? Do you realize that makes you look like a horrible human being? Because what that argument is basically saying is, if it wasn't written down on a piece of paper that I wasn't supposed to kill people, I'd just be out killing everybody. Like, are you serious? Like, "Thou shalt not kill" has to be written down on a piece of paper before you take it seriously. That's what you're saying. Like, if it wasn't written down on a piece of paper, stealing and murder and all that would just be okay. Not to mention that the 10 Commandments are mostly full of useless nonsense that has no uh, place in today's society or relevance for that matter. Um, but even if we do take like the 3 or 4 that actually have to do with something useful, I like to think that I'm a decent enough person that I cannot kill people without having it written down on a fucking piece of paper. Okay? But then, my favorite is the Christians that say God writes those precepts upon our hearts. So what they're doing there is they're just completely bypassing the need for the 10 Commandments because God writes those precepts directly on our hearts. And here's the thing, okay? First of all, let's agree. The Bible says that animals do not have souls. Animals are nothing but fodder for humankind, food, work slaves, whatever the case may be. But they do not have souls. God does not care about them the way he cares about human beings. I'm sure we can all agree on that. So, with that being said, we should not be able to look at animals and find similarities between our morality and the way they conduct themselves, correct? Because it's only because of God that we have that morality, because it's written on our hearts. So let's just take a pack of wolves, for example. I'm choosing an animal that lives in a pack because, like those animals, humans also live in packs, and they're very comparable. Okay? So, if a wolf steals another wolf's food, what happens? What happens? Well, if you've ever watched National Geographic or the Discovery Channel, you know that if a wolf is misbehaving or doing something that will hurt the rest of his pack, he is, depending on the offense, given a warning or completely ostracized by the pack. He's kicked out. Why? Because the leader of the pack understands that doing something that is harmful to the pack is harmful for the fucking pack. Any wolf that does something that harms the ability of the pack to survive is done away with. Okay? Now let's look at humans. If I come into your house and steal something that belongs to you, what then happens to me? I'm put in jail, right? I'm kicked out of society. I'm shunned from society. I'm ostracized from the rest of society. Huh. Now, is it just me? Or does that sound a lot like the way that a pack of wolves or apes conduct their justice systems? Yeah, I think that sounds pretty similar. So then, if God writes those precepts upon our hearts, but God makes it very clear that he has no regard for animal life in the Bible, why is it then that when it comes to morality, animals behave so similarly? Huh. That is strange. You almost think that we have a common ancestor or that we're related in some way. I mean, how do we both manage to come up with the same laws and the same rules of justice? I mean, sure, we carry it out a lot more civilized than they do, but you can't fucking deny that it's the same thing. We just have a more civilized version of it. So then, maybe God didn't write those precepts upon our hearts? Yeah, that's the fucking conclusion that you should be coming to. Like, are you serious? Do you see, Christians, why your morality argument falls apart? Do you see why atheists laugh at you when you try to debate them using the morality argument? Because it's nothing. Christians say, well, when you do something wrong, does your conscience convict you? Does your conscience accuse you? No. My conscience doesn't convict me of anything. Your conscience doesn't convict you of anything. What you're feeling is called empathy. Okay? Empathy. That means you know how it feels to be punched in the face. So you feel bad when someone else gets punched in the face. You ever wonder why when somebody hurts themselves, you flinch as a first reaction? They're called mirror neurons because you know how it feels to hurt yourself. And you're sympathizing with that person. That's called empathy. That's what you Christians mistake and confuse for the accusation of your conscience. I hope this video cleared some stuff up for you. I hope this video gave you atheists a little more leverage when you're confronted with this argument. And if it did, please like it. Let me know in the comments. I read all of them. And share it around. Do me a favor and share it around because it really helps out. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.